Chapter 28. Now, only 3 days before the start of their mission, Rex and Rory sit on the porch of the VIP quarters enjoying a beer when a government car pulls up. Surprised, they see Dr. Rice getting out clumsily from the back seat, his arms filled with paperwork and a laptop with no case. "Well, look who's here, Rory." "Dr. Rice. What the hell does he want? More blood?" "I don't know," Rex responds with a chuckle. "But he's walking this way." "Yeah, with that walk. He always reminds me of someone who is lost or a little confused." "And who dresses him?" "He always looks like he's wearing a rumpled up gunny sack or something," Rory remarks quietly. "I think the word you are looking for is disheveled." "Dr. Rice." "What a surprise this is," Rex yells out as Dr. Rice shuffles up the cobblestone walkway. "Gentlemen, once again, I have the pleasure of meeting with you in person. It truly is a pleasure for me. Truly a pleasure." "You're not here to get more blood, are you, Doctor?" Rory asks with a discerning smile. "Oh no. Not this time, Commander. Maybe a little later," he says with a sideways look and doing his best to be funny. "Actually, I am here for tomorrow's briefing that will be made to all of the WEA command representatives. I'll be presenting the entire plan to steal. Forgive me. I mean, commandeer the alien ship. I did think it would be prudent to ask your opinions regarding the plan so that any changes could be made promptly and prior to tomorrow's meeting. So if you will forgive me, gentlemen, I hope you do not mind my arriving unannounced like this." "Not a problem, Doc. Fire away. Happy to help and we are all ears. Can I get you a beer?" "Oh no. No thank you. I never touch alcohol. My associates tell me that I'm crazy enough as it is and thus any alcoholic beverage consumed would not be good," he says jokingly. "Now, where was I? Oh yes. I'm also here to watch the test firing tomorrow of the bearing gun. This weapon has amazing capabilities and I feel comfortable knowing that you will now have a devastating, defensive weapon on board the shuttle. Did you know that a titanium projectile fired by the bearing gun will reach a speed of 3,200 miles per hour? We have you covered, gentlemen, just like I said we would. And you should feel good about that. Our team has left no stone unturned in devising a plan to aid you in this mission. No stone unturned." "Good to hear, Doctor," Rex replies, his head nodding in approval. "You know, Doctor, this weapon sounds amazing, but honestly, I'm most interested in hearing about the plan your think tank has devised and how it is going to keep Rex and I alive." "Quite right, Commander Scott. I can certainly understand your need to know that crucial piece, so let's get down to the crux of the matter. Of course, this entire plan is entirely predicated on the aliens docking with the space station, and you will once again lure them into docking with the ISS by sending out communications from the calm line. You know, Doctor, we will still need some defense against that damn red beam they have," Rex remarks. "Of course you will, Commander. We have designed reflective panels that you will install onto the hull of the ISS around the sea airlock area. These panels will absorb and reflect any laser beam or intrusive scanning beam that they might use." "Have you tested the panels yet, Doctor?" Rory questions. Yes. Yes, of course, Commander. With the use of these panels, the aliens will be unable to affect your well-being inside the habitat module. In essence. And I am happy to say it, gentlemen. You will be untouchable, at least in that small area of the station. With a quizzical look, Rory asks, "So they board the station unaware that they have not rendered us incapacitated? Is that what I am hearing?" "Yes. Very good, Commander. Very good. You will, so to speak, play possum, as the aliens board the station. You will have your signal jammers on, you will secure your oxygen masks, discharge a canister of nerve gas, knocking the aliens unconscious and then cross the boarding tube to gas the docked alien ship's crew as well. After disarming the ship's crew, you will fly their ship back to Earth. Very simple. Very simple indeed." "Simple? And what if we cannot fly their ship?" "Well, Commander, how difficult could it be? You will certainly be able to practice up there for a while to get the hang of it, wouldn't you think? There's really not too much to collide with, I suppose." Chuckling at his matter-of-fact answer, Rex and Rory agree. "Also, you will have sidearms just in case the nerve gas fails to work on the aliens. It's all very simple and should work with no issues. The plan, I mean." With a look of concern, Rex asks Dr. Rice, "How do you know that the nerve gas will even work on the nervous systems of the aliens?" "That is a very good question, Commander. A very good question indeed. Based on the studies of the tissue samples that the two of you brought back, we have found that these creatures have a cell structure very similar to human red blood cells, and therefore the nerve agent should work based on the similar physiology they possess. It is all very simple, gentlemen, and should the gas not work, Well, simply shoot them with your side arms. Really? Rory says with amazement, Doctor, surely you must know that firing a bullet inside a pressurized module is not a good idea on any day of the week. Of course it's not, but these are bullets designed especially for this mission, as we understand this concern clearly. You will have a chance to see how they work in the simulations you will participate in on the day before launch, Dr. Rice responds without looking up from his laptop. Rory looks at Rex, rolling his eyes, and Rex then responds to Dr. Rice with a tone of unprecedented seriousness. Doctor, I can't help but wonder what chance of success does your think tank give this mission? I'd be lying if I said the matter-of-fact way that this is being presented isn't a little concerning to both of us. Sensing Rex's concern, Dr. Rice stops his typing and looks squarely at both of the men. Commanders, we have it all under control. As I said, we have left no proverbial stone unturned. Our probability model rates your mission at a 95% chance of success. Are you certain of this, Doctor? Rory questions. Yes, Commander Scott. There is a very good chance of success. You see, we would not be sending you up yet if we were not sure we could give you every opportunity to succeed. Thank you, Doctor. One other thing of interest, Commanders, the aliens appear to be clones. Well, at least the one from which the tissue sample was derived. Clones? You mean that they are a genetically engineered enemy, Doctor? Rex looks puzzled. Yes, indeed. And their genetic design is, how should I put it, exquisite. Looking surprised, Rory asks, you mean to tell me that you got all of that from that tiny splash of a tissue sample? Why, yes, Commander. And thank you for retrieving it for us to study. It has been extremely helpful in formulating our plans. Extremely helpful. So, Doctor, when do we start a simulation of your plan? After all, I think it is critical that we have an opportunity to practice this scenario, don't you? Absolutely, Commander Huntley. Absolutely. You and Commander Scott, along with SEAL Team 1, will practice this upon your arrival at the ISS. We could have had you simulated here, but it seemed to be a better idea. For timing purposes. To practice it upon the station where you would be able to better execute the maneuver the way it will need to happen, especially because of the zero-gravity limitations, and ultimately have less chance of error. Will we be able to inspect the guns, the canisters, and the O2 masks prior to our departure? Certainly, Commander Huntley. Certainly. Additionally, you will have a security belt to nest the weapon in, as well as the signal jammer and the nerve agent canisters. I have a question, Doctor. And what might that be, Commander Scott? Why not protect the shuttle with this new panel technology? With the time constraints in which we had to work, we find that we only could manufacture enough of the panels to outfit the ISS at sea airlock. Soon, in the very near future, we will be able to protect the shuttle as well. For now, gentlemen, the bearing gun will have to be used for the shuttle defense. This weapon uses radar and computer software targeting, and it is a very formidable weapon. Very formidable indeed. How about the accuracy, Doctor? Rex asks as he leans back in his chair. Well, Commander, computer targeting enables your execution of a shot fired to be very accurate. In fact, the bearing gun can be utilized to hit stationary targets thousands of miles out in space with extreme accuracy. Can we target, if needed, the alien orbs with it, Doctor? Certainly. You can target and hit the orbs firing from the station, and the titanium ordnance cannot be detected by the aliens. So, what you're saying, that is, if I understand you correctly, we can fire upon them and they will never see it coming? If that's the case, what are we waiting for? Why don't we just blow them apart now? And we will, gentlemen. We will, but at the right time, you see. Yes, at the right time, we will destroy their orbs and their ships. Looking somewhat disgusted, Rory clasps his hands behind his neck and tells the doctor, I have to say, the sooner, the better as far as I'm concerned. Let Dr. Rice finish, Rory. Give the man a chance here. You're right, Rex. Please continue, Dr. Rice. My apologies. I understand your logic, Commander Scott, but first things first. As you can see, gentlemen, it is very important that this effort be executed as closely to plan as possible. The ISS is irreplaceable at this time, and it is important that it be secured as a forward operating base. We understand, Doctor. Let's hope that they do not destroy it before we can get back up there to stage this mission. Copy that, Rex. I too am in agreement with that statement. Total agreement. So, gentlemen, what do you think? Do you have any questions and/or comments? If so, speak up now. One last question, Doctor. Those reflective panels. How do they adhere to the station? Rex inquires. Multiple adhesive squares in the flexible panels can be easily cut and shaped to fit as needed. Like I said, gentlemen, We have worked diligently to think of everything that might be needed for this mission. Weah has indicated that this mission must meet with success, and therefore we have looked at this endeavor from every angle to give you the best chance for success. Weah Command desires the alien technology and considers it to be a very strategic piece in the overall scheme to win the bigger battle that could take place. Futuristically speaking, of course.
If that's the case, who defends the space station once we leave?
Your team will stay and defend the station until a second shuttle is minutes away from arriving at the station to soft dock. Thank you, Doctor. I don't think we have any further questions. Your think tank seems to have really nailed it down. At least you make it sound doable. Don't you think, Rory? Yes, your plan certainly makes it sound doable. It would appear, given the situation, we will need to make this plan work. After all, there is a lot riding on this. You're right, Commander Scott. There are, without question, an astronomical number of things riding on this, as you say. One last thing, gentlemen. You will, after securing the alien ship and crew, remain in a holding pattern until Command uploads a flight plan for you. At that time, one of you will fly the shuttle and the other the alien spacecraft, back to Earth. And if we are attacked at the station by more of their forces, we do not anticipate any immediate response from the alien command, such as sending another ship. Hopefully they will be confused as to where their ship is after they lose communication with it. They will, however, eventually understand they have lost yet another ship to the humans, and when they do, it is believed that we will have gained a measure of respect by this species regarding what we are capable of. Alien Command will certainly come to the realization that more ships could be lost, and with that realization, we will gain a bit of a psychological advantage. I am sure, at that point, the aliens will conclude, we are not, as they had suspected, an inferior species incapable of fighting back. We just want that realization to be later rather than sooner, to occur after we have captured this technology. I hope you're right, Doctor. I hope you are right. Picking up his many papers and closing his laptop, Dr. Rice gets up to leave, but remembers, by the way, you gentlemen will be leaving tomorrow for Kennedy Space Center. We are? I thought we were leaving the following day. Yes, that had been the plan, Commander, but as you know, this whole endeavor is very fluid. Certainly never a dull moment, it seems, for you too. Never a dull moment. It's very good to see you both again. I must get going as I see my car is waiting. I will need to get settled into my quarters and polish up my presentation for tomorrow's meeting. I will see you there. Rex and Rory watch as Dr. Rice shuffles, what appears to be quick for him, back to his waiting car. You know, Rex, I like that he wanted our opinions, don't you? Here you go again, Rory. Once more, I think it's more about him letting us know that we are leaving tomorrow and not about our opinions. I like the idea better that he actually values our opinion. Rory pouts. You do know, Rory, if this plan works, we will be forced to flip a coin to see who gets to fly the alien ship back to Earth.